I speak into the quiet place where your heart has been pacing, and I tell you with a voice that does not tremble, 2 hours is enough for me to rewrite what you believed was permanent. 2 hours is enough for me to gather the scattered pages of your life and breathe on them until they glow. Do not hide from this moment. Do not shrink back from what I am placing in your hands. You have been rehearsing fear as if fear were a prayer, and I am here to teach you a new sound. I am God who sees you, and I am not late. I am God who knows the unspoken, and I am not confused. I am God who corrects the clocks of men and bends time until it bows to the purpose I have for you. Listen and keep listening. You are not reading by accident. You are not alone in this room. Presence has filled it. Mercy has filled it. Michael has taken his post at your threshold, and he speaks with my authority. It has to be now. I have watched you walk with a brave face while your bones carried a weight you never named. You tried to outrun the night. You tried to bargain with the morning. You called your hesitation caution and your delay wisdom. But you and I both know what stood between you and the door was not discernment, it was dread, and dread is a liar. I am not angry at your trembling, I am angry at the lie that told you my promise was fragile. I do not give glass promises. I give promises made of living fire. You feared that one more disappointment would turn your heart to salt, and so you stood still, but I have come to move what refuses to move you. My wind is rising. The window is open. This is the hour of decisive tenderness. I will not let what is mine fade into almost. I have dispatched Archangel Michael to you not as a rumor, not as a symbol, but as a commander of clarity. The threshold you have circled for months is no longer a circle. It is a straight line, and it leads forward. He stands at your door with sword unsheathed, not to frighten you but to frighten what has been stalking you. There are words that were spoken about you in rooms you were not invited into, there were whispers bent against your name, there were nets woven while you slept. I watched every hand that knotted those cords, and I numbered each knot. Michael now unthreads them in the presence of those who bound them. The plot collapses in my light. The schemes unravel like old rope under holy rain. You need not defend yourself against what I have already silenced. Lift your face. This is not a trial, this is an unveiling. You have asked me for a sign and then asked me for another because the first sign seemed too gentle to trust. But I tell you, gentleness is not weakness, gentleness is the way I enter without crushing you. I am the earthquake and the whisper, and today I choose to be both. Hear the ground under your regret loosening. Hear the door of the future that squeaked with rust begin to swing as oil touches hinge. I have stored this oil for you. It is the oil of unlearning the language of scarcity. It is the oil of peace that can sleep with storms still raging on the horizon because the captain is on the deck. You are safe to proceed. You are safe to hope again. You are safe to believe that goodness is not teasing you. There is something in your house that carries a memory of failure, and every time you pass it, the room grows smaller. I am telling you to put your hand on it and bless it anyway. The past has been presiding like a judge. I dismiss that court. I override the gavel that shame slammed down on your story. Your name is not the sum of what you couldn't finish. Your name is not the echo of someone else's impatience. Your name is not too late. Put your hand on your chest and listen. I am writing mine over yours again. You belong to the one who restores the years, not only the moments. I restore patterns, not just days. I restore family lines, not just bank lines. I restore courage in the very place where the fear was birthed. Watch what I do with the ground that was salted. See gardens rise where people said nothing can live there. You have stayed loyal to an old version of yourself because you hoped loyalty would redeem it. Child, loyalty to what I have left behind is not virtue, it is a chain. I do not ask you to betray your past, I ask you to release it so I can heal it. I am not interested in making your captivity comfortable. I am interested in making your freedom undeniable. 2 hours is not a threat, it is a doorbell. It is the sound of readiness. It is the time it takes for courage to grow legs and carry you to the yes that has been waiting at your gate. I do not measure you by the speed of your arrival, I measure you by the direction of your surrender. Turn your face fully toward me and keep it there. The distractions that used to work on you will fail in my presence. What was hypnotic loses power when love speaks. There are papers with your name on them in the realm of decisions, outcomes, agreements, messages you have not opened because the envelope felt heavy with unknowns. I am touching those papers now. Where there were delays, I decree alignment. Where there were errors, I decree correction. Where there was confusion, I write clarity in letters large enough to be read without squinting. I lift the pen in your hand that has hovered above signature and I steady it. Do not sign to satisfy fear, sign only when peace places its hand on yours. You will feel it because peace is not a concept, peace is me. And when peace leads, even the road with turns becomes simple. Michael speaks now with the urgency of heaven. Stop rehearsing the failure that has not happened. Stop gifting your imagination to the enemy's storyboard. Your imagination was made to host promises, not hauntings. It was fashioned to paint scenes of deliverance, not disasters you must survive alone. Every time you play the catastrophe through to its bleak end, you build a room with no windows. I have brought a hammer and a sunrise. Watch me take out the walls that pretended to keep you safe while choking your breath. Breathe. This is not a performance. This is a rescue. This is not a test you must pass, this is a hand you must take. There is someone bound to your memory by a mixture of love and grief, and you fear that stepping forward betrays what you lost. Hear me, moving forward does not betray them, it honors what they hoped for you while they were still able to speak in days and meals and moments. The blessing they could not finish giving, I complete. The words they ran out of breath to say, I say on their behalf and more. The tears you thought would never dry are not your only water, new rain is coming, and it does not sting. You are not being pushed from behind by sorrow, you are being led from ahead by promise. Let the new day name you. You carry a question about provision, about cupboards and accounts and the arithmetic that wakes you at night. I am not indifferent to numbers. I fed multitudes with arithmetic that made no sense to men holding ledgers. I will teach you my math, gratitude multiplies, fear divides, obedience adds, and disobedience subtracts. I will show you where the leakage has been. I will close the unseen fissures. I will heal the mindset that earns money like a hunted animal and spends it as if chased. I will seat you at a table where bread does not panic. I will break the association between blessing and fear in your nervous system. Your body will learn to live at home in abundance without waiting for footsteps of loss. Your heart has been asking me about relationships, who is real, who is safe, who is yours for this next chapter. I am removing the language of craving that mistook attention for affection. I am healing the magnet that kept drawing the familiar wound in a new face. When I say, no more, I mean no more partnerships that require you to dim to keep the peace. I do not negotiate the brightness of my children with rooms that prefer shadows. The companion I appoint will not compete with your calling, they will bless it until it sings. The friend I appoint will not profit from your confusion, they will escort you into clarity without charging rent for the light. I restore circles. I appoint witnesses who know how to celebrate without envying and how to correct without humiliating. You will not be lonely inside a crowd, you will be known in a few and strengthened for the many. I have heard every vow you made in pain, vows that sounded like wisdom but were forged as shields when you felt unguarded. You said, I will never ask for help again. You said, I will keep quiet to keep the peace. You said, I will not try because trying hurts. I am dissolving those vows with kindness that does not require your punishment to be effective. I will not shame you into freedom. I will love you into courage. I will put words in your mouth that taste like rivers. I will teach your spine to stand without hardening your heart. You will ask, and it will not diminish you. You will speak, and it will not end you. You will try, and you will learn the difference between failure and formation. There is a door marked, inheritance, and you have been reading it as, impossible. The key has been in your pocket while you searched the ceiling for a hidden hatch. Stop looking up for what I placed near. Put your hand to your side. Feel the contour of courage. Take the key and place it in the lock. The sound you hear is not fantasy, it is the ordinary miracle of alignment. Heaven calls it simple when will and word agree. Step across. The room is not empty. It is furnished with tasks that fit you and victories that will not exhaust you. You will find that your steps pull teachable moments like threads out of the carpet. You will find that strangers will start sentences with, "I don't know why I'm telling you this," because favor does that to the guarded. Walk softly with confidence. Humility is not hiding. Humility is shining without apology because you know where the light came from. Michael issues the last warning not as a threat but as a mercy: do not delay obedience that has already been confirmed. Delay multiplies voices, voices multiply confusion, confusion multiplies regret. But obedience multiplies peace. Take the small action that seems beneath the size of your promise and watch a river follow a pebble. Send the message you have drafted 10 times. Accept the invitation you declined because you feared you would be seen. Release the object you hold like a talisman of control. Finish the application. Open the book. Close the door you left ajar for a temptation you called a backup plan. Turn your body in the direction of your calling. Heaven will supply momentum as you move. I have planted in you a sentence that will not let you go: I am with you. Do not negotiate it down to, I am near you. Do not weaken it to, I am watching you. I am with you means I climb into the boat and the storm reconsiders itself. I am with you means the valley gains skylight. I am with you means your name is spoken in the council of solutions. I am with you means your past no longer gets to be the loudest historian. If you will agree with me, your agreement will be a bridge that others cross out of despair. Do not underestimate the public fruit of your private yes. In 2 hours a door will have done what doors do: it will either close behind you or remain unopened in front of you. I am not threatening you with scarcity of my love. My love is not timed, your opportunity is. Seasons carry assignments, and assignments carry windows. This window is mercy wrapped as a deadline. I give you strength right now, not later. I set joy on your tongue so you can taste the future before you step into it. I steady your breathing. I quiet the accusation that you are not ready. Read me clearly: readiness is not the absence of trembling, it is the presence of trust. You have enough trust to move. Gather what matters. Release what clatters. Put your hand to the door and name it what it is: not escape, but entrance. Not a gamble, but guidance. Not recklessness, but response. Michael remains until you cross, and then he will go ahead of you where you cannot go alone, clearing halls, disarming snares, escorting you to tables with your name written in a script you do not have to counterfeit. Your portion will not taste like someone else's bread. Your joy will not sound like someone else's song. It will be yours, and that is why it will fit without friction. I seal you now with courage that does not shout to be real. I seal you with discernment that smiles because it knows. I seal you with the wisdom to move at the pace of peace, not the pressure of fear. Walk. This is your hour. The last warning has always been the first invitation in disguise. Come with me. Where you have only known battle, you will know building. Where you have only known scraping by, you will know overflow that does not humiliate you. Where you have only known waiting rooms, you will know the work itself, joyful and awake. Look at the door. Hear it. It has never been more open. Take the step. I am already on the other side, and I am also with you here. This is how love ends distances. This is how your story stops stalling. Move now, beloved. We go together. I speak to you now because the window is narrow and the sound of your own heart has been trying to warn you. 2 hours is not just a measure on a clock, it is a boundary between what you allowed to remain unfinished and what you are brave enough to complete. I have watched the way you have carried worry like a stone in your chest, thinking that if you hold it tightly enough you can control what comes next. Release your grip. Let me hold what is too heavy for you. I am not late. I am here, and I am precise. Every breath you take in this moment is counted as courage, because you are listening instead of running. I have not come to condemn you, I have come to restore you to the path that keeps calling your name when the room is quiet. 2 hours left means you still have time to choose the higher road. It means the decision in front of you is not a punishment but an invitation. You are not small to me. You are not a mistake to me. Every hidden good deed, every tear you refused to show, every apology you wanted to make but could not find the words for, none of it is lost. I kept it, and I can return it to you as harvest. But you must open your hands. I am placing before you a clear choice, to keep feeding the cycle that drains you, or to step into the sequence of obedience that frees you. The first path promises short jolts of relief and long stretches of regret. The second path asks for a moment of courage and gives you a lifetime of peace. You know which one your soul is pointing toward. Trust that knowing. I put it there. Archangel Michael stands beside you as a witness and a guard. Do not imagine him far away, imagine him as the sudden quiet that comes when panic wants to rise, imagine him as the firm voice that says, "Not today," when old patterns knock on your door. He has been fighting battles you never saw, cutting through knots of confusion that tried to tighten around your mind, lifting you from traps disguised as opportunities. When you felt the urge to wait 5 more minutes before doing the right thing, he was the nudge that said, "Now." Hear that same nudge again, because it is not a threat, it is a rescue. The last warning is not about my anger. It is about your appointment. Delay can become a thief when you treat it like a friend. You have treated it like a friend for too long. You asked for a sign, and I am answering with clarity. Here is your sign. Your name keeps showing up in places you thought had forgotten you. A conversation you do not know about has already carried your story into rooms you did not enter. A door you did not knock on is unlocking from the inside. Do not sabotage what I am opening by speaking death over it. Say less and listen more. Say, thank you, and show me, before you say, but what if? When fear starts asking questions, answer with commitment. Make the phone call you have avoided. Send the message you drafted and never delivered. Throw away what keeps dragging you backward: objects, numbers, memories, habits. I am not asking you to be perfect, I am asking you to be willing. Willing people become unstoppable when heaven breathes on their willingness. You have believed the lie that progress must always be loud. You think you must announce every step to prove you are moving. No. Progress is often a closed door and a faithful heart. Progress is you declining an invitation that feels flattering but is secretly poisonous. Progress is you resting when rest feels unproductive. Progress is you forgiving the person who has no intention of apologizing, not to excuse them but to unchain yourself. In these next 2 hours, choose 3 small obediences and do them without delay. The size does not impress me, the obedience does. Move the clutter that blocks your prayer place. Cancel the subscription that buys your distraction. Write the plan that you can actually keep, not the fantasy that keeps you frozen. Small hinges open heavy doors. I have watched you bargain with your destiny as if it were a shopkeeper. If this happens, then I will obey. If that changes, then I will be faithful. Stop bargaining. I am not a shopkeeper. I am your Father. I am not withholding to test you, I am timing to protect you. If I allowed certain things to arrive earlier, they would have crushed the roots you have spent years growing. You do not need everyone to understand this season. Some will misinterpret your quiet. Let them. Some will be offended by your boundaries. Bless them and step back. Michael will stand between you and the noise that demands access. You are not being rude, you are being aligned. Alignment sometimes looks like loss to those who benefit from your chaos. Your house needs a new atmosphere. Open the window and let the air change. Play the song that makes your soul breathe. Walk from room to room and declare peace. Cancel the rehearsal of what they said and what you should have said. I do not need your rehearsals, I need your agreement. Agree with me that your mind is a sanctuary, not a courtroom. Agree with me that your body deserves kindness, not punishment. Agree with me that your finances will reflect discipline and trust, not impulse and fear. In the next 2 hours, make one sincere commitment to your future self and then keep it. Write it down. Speak it out. Do not wait for motivation, build momentum with motion. You worry that you already missed your greatest moment. That is the fear dark rooms whisper. Hear me, the masterpiece is not the opportunity, the masterpiece is the person who can steward it. I have been shaping you in hidden places because where you are going cannot be held by pretending. Pretending collapses under pressure. Authenticity breathes under pressure. Do not try to be impressive, be true. When the call comes, and it will, answer with clarity. You will not need to oversell. You will not need to exaggerate. You will speak from a well that is deep because you dug it when no one was watching. There is a relationship in your life that drains the color from your days. You have made excuses for it, turning yourself into a contortionist to fit a mold you were never designed for. Stop shrinking. You can love people without surrendering your soul to their storms. Bless them, set your boundary, and return to peace. Every time you choose peace, you create space for new provision to arrive. Your destiny is not a chair at someone else's table, it is a table I am building with your name already carved into the wood. Sit with me. Eat what I set before you. Let Michael stand guard at the door. Not everyone who knocks should come in. You have asked me about timing. 2 hours left does not mean everything will be finished in 2 hours. It means that in these next 2 hours you are to plant the flags that mark the border of your new season. After that, momentum will carry you. Opportunities will begin to align beyond your view. You will notice a pattern, messages arriving when you wake, confirmations appearing in threes, the right name surfacing repeatedly. Pay attention without obsession. When you sense the nudge, respond. When you do not, rest. Your worth is not measured by your productivity. Your identity is not defined by your performance. You are not behind. You are being prepared. There is a lingering guilt that tells you you are unworthy of sudden blessings. It reminds you of old choices and uses them as evidence against you. I know those choices. I was there when you made them. I was there when you regretted them. I am here now offering you a fresh page. Grace is not a rumor, it is my signature. Take the page and start writing again. Not perfect sentences. Honest ones. Honest words build sturdy futures. When shame tries to steal your pen, call on me. When accusation tries to sit in your chair, call on Michael. The two of us together are more than enough to keep your story from being hijacked. You fear the unknown, but you forgot that I live there. The unknown is not a void to me, it is a canvas. I am painting with colors you have not seen and arranging pieces you did not know belonged to your puzzle. Trust me with the stretches of road where the lights are far apart. I put stars above you so you would know that darkness is never total. I put a compass inside you so you would recognize true north without a crowd telling you which way to face. When you hear the crowd, smile and keep walking. They will understand later. Some will never understand at all. Love them anyway and keep moving. There is a gift in you that you have treated as a hobby because you are afraid to fail if you call it a calling. Name it correctly. Treat it with dignity. Set a schedule for it. Protect time for it the way you protect time for emergencies, because it is not a luxury, it is a lifeline. Provision is braided into that gift. Relationships are braided into that gift. Even healing for your past is braided into that gift. When you honor it, you honor me, because I put it there to be a door for you and a river for others. Let the door open. Let the river run. Do not despise the day of small beginnings or the day of quiet corrections. Today is a day of both. You will begin small things that become great, and you will correct small things that would have become great problems. This is wisdom. Wisdom feels slower than excitement, but it takes you farther. Excitement burns hot and leaves you empty if it is not married to discipline. Discipline is not punishment, it is protection for the dream you love. You have a dream. You have tried to bury it under practicality and noise.